Hello, everybody. So, happy Valentine's Day. As many of you guys may know, it is Valentine's Day. So, I want to be with my husband tonight, y'all. So, I am doing the live a little bit early today. And for all my YouTubers, I first want to say I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't posted in a little while. We've been doing most of the stuff on Instagram because we've had guests for a few weeks. So we will be posting those on Instagram. But today I'm really excited, you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys about your market budget usage and some things that you need to ask yourself when to figure out what kind of local events to go to and how you're going to be able to make money from those events. So I basically have 8 things that you need to look for, ask, things you need to know when you are spending your marketing budget on events that require your time and your presence, okay? I've had a lot of students ask me lately, like, should I do events? Should I not do events? Should I just do social media? And the answer is always going to be yes. You have got to have a physical presence in different places, but there are certain things you need to ask yourself before you commit to doing some of these events, okay? So the first thing that I want you guys to think about when you are trying to decide, am I going to do this event? Am I not going to do this event? Does it work? I'm not sure exactly what to do. These are going to be some of the things to consider, okay? And I know that it might be, look, my writing may be backwards for some of y'all. I hope not. I hope y'all can see, but I'm going to talk through it as well, okay? All right, so the first thing that you want to think about is going to be this. Has the event has it been done before? Okay, so for instance, my first year with the summit, we actually did not have vendors, okay? Because I wanted to make sure that I had enough people coming in, enough people seeing value before I was charging for, a table or a booth at the event. But if the event has been done before, then that's a good thing for you because you can find out from the organizers, hey, how many people came? How was this year? How was last year? You could talk to other vendors, right? So the first question you need to ask when you're doing a local event or you're doing an event that requires your presence is, has it been done before? And if it has been done before, you definitely need to ask some questions. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing you need to ask, okay, is approximately, let me put approximate, because you're gonna be like, what is that? Approximately how many people are gonna be there? Okay, so it helps a lot if the event's been done before because you can say, hey, last year there were 3,000 people who showed up for this event that came to the marketplace. It was great. But if it hasn't been done before, that's not a big deal either. This might be you getting in like on a revolutionary new thing. For instance, here in Sugarland, we had the Honeyland Festival. There were thousands of people. It was the first time people were excited. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to do an event if it hasn't been done before. But if it hasn't been done before, you need to communicate with the people who are putting it together and saying, look, how many tickets have been bought for this event? So that you understand, is it worth it for you to do it? Because if only, 20 people show up, maybe I paid $20 a table, it's still worth it, I'll get my money back. But if 20 people show up and I paid, $10,000 to be there, I'm not gonna be happy, right? So it really just depends on the event, but you wanna make sure that whatever event you're doing, that you communicate with the organizers on it so that you understand, around how many people are expected to be there. And you guys, just as always, if y'all have any questions when I'm going through this information, please put them up here and I will answer them, okay? Any questions so far?
So far.
Okay, number 3, all right. So when you're trying to figure out what kind of local events to go to, does it fit you? Does the theme fit you, okay? So does it fit you? Or, i.e., is your target audience gonna be there? Attending, okay. So let's say this, if I am, doing a sculpting service, right? And I, found out about this amazing event for brides. I'm gonna probably go to that event, right? Because I know I can market to brides. That's one of my target markets. We do bridal, events here at the spa. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go to that. But if I sell shampoo and it's a bald men's convention, I'm not gonna go to that event, right? I'm not gonna sell a bottle of shampoo because they're not interested in that. Just the same as if I have, well, let's just say like a erotic toy business, right? And there's a family convention happening. I ain't gonna sell nothing there, right? So the question is my target audience gonna be at this event? And if my target audience is not, then I'm not gonna do the event. So does the event fit you? The people who are coming in, are they actually going to want what you're selling, right? So you have to think about that when you're looking at, I'm about to spend money on an event, and not just spend my money on the event, I have to physically be present, right? Or I might have to have, let's say if I'm doing chair massages, I gotta bring my staff to this event. I have to pay my staff. So is it gonna be worth it? Does it fit? Like if I'm bringing staff and we're doing chair massages, is it going to be worth it? Okay, so that's the third question you need to ask yourself. Fourth question is, and this comes along with all the other things, what's my ROI? Okay, and ROI, for those of you guys who don't know, stands for return on investment. Okay, so if I have an event and I know that there's going to be, let's say, 300 people at this event, right? And they're charging me, I don't know, $30 for a table, I'm gonna do it. If everything else fits, right? If it fits my theme, if it's something that I feel like it's worth it or whatever, $30 is not a lot of money. It's only gonna take me booking one massage and I made triple that, right? Or it's only gonna take me selling 2 bottles of face wash. I can do that, sure. But if I know the event is gonna cost me, let's say $10,000 plus, I might have to ship equipment and pay my staff, then I need to know that it's gonna be an event that's big enough and enough people are gonna come that I'm actually gonna make my money back. So one of the questions that you need to ask yourself for any event that you're thinking about going to is, am I gonna make my money back on it, okay? And what I look at typically is historically, were there a lot of people there? What are people saying about the event, right? If it's like, let's say some of the esthetician conferences, I know there's gonna be thousands of people there. A lot of them are coming to buy new products. So if I have a new product, that's probably a great opportunity, right? So what is your ROI? Are you actually going to make money on this investment? And if you are doubting it, you don't think that it's worth it, don't do it, okay? But depending on the investment, it might absolutely be worth it. There's some bridal shows that I have to pay, $2,500 for a table. But I know I'm going to a local bridal show and I'm gonna display that we do a lot of bridal showers here at the spa. I'm gonna get people to book those bridal showers. And if I pay $2,500, but I know that one bridal show, I'm gonna make $3,000, it's well worth it. I'm gonna make that, and I know I'm gonna book at least more than one, so I'm gonna do it, right? All right, got a couple more things for you, okay? Number 5. This one's really important. Can I speak at the event, okay? At the event. So, let me say this. For those of you guys who might be newer to the industry, there is nothing more powerful when you go to an event than being on the main stage. I don't know how many of you guys have ever done this, but when someone is introduced at an event and they talk, everybody flocks to their booth after because now they've been on the main stage. Even at our summit, right? At our summit, I think we charge $4.99 or so for a vendor, and we only do one of each kind. We know those vendors are going to make their money back, but just to be fair, I always make sure that all of my vendors come up on stage at one point or another and talk about what they do, talk about who they are, because I'm giving you that platform as an opportunity to introduce yourself to hundreds of attendees, right? It works. So ask that question, can I speak at the event? Or do I have an opportunity to, tell people about what I'm doing? That will almost guarantee, depending on how much you spend, that you're gonna get an ROI. Because people will flock to your booth or your whatever after you speak, okay? So then you also don't wanna speak 5 minutes before the event is over, right? Because at that point, everybody's packing up and leaving. You wanna be able to speak towards the beginning of the day or middle of the day when people still have time to shop, okay? All right, the number 16, this one's really important, you guys. Well, they all are, but the floor plan, okay? How much room do I have at this event? Before I invest in, going to an event, how much room do I have? How much space do I need to fill up? Because to be honest, if somebody gave me right now, they were like, hey, we want you to come in and sell your skincare products and we're gonna give you a 20 by 20 booth. That's too big for me. I probably got a little 6-foot table or, it just depends. So where am I gonna be? Am I gonna know ahead of time what the floor plan is, how much space I have? Is it gonna cost me more money to bring a whole bunch of stuff to fill a 20 by 20 space versus somebody giving me a 6-foot space that I know I can bring A, B, and C in? But also, am I gonna be way in the back where nobody's gonna see me? I know I've gone to Essence. And at Essence, there's some people like right in the front, like they're getting all the sales, and then there's some people way in the back. Okay, well, everybody's not gonna flock to the back. They're gonna see the stuff in the front first. So if there's 3 of us that are selling skincare products, guess what? The one that's in the front is probably gonna get more than the one that's in the back. So these are questions that you need to ask when you are figuring out, am I physically going to do this? Am I gonna invest in this, okay? Next question, I got 2 more for y'all, okay? Number 7 is, will they market for you, okay? Now, let me just say, will they market for you at the event? It's really gonna be up to you whether you want to do an event where they're not gonna market for you, or is it your requirement that you get people in, or is it not? Now, for the summit, let's say I'm just using my event, right? Because that's what I can lean on. For the summit, I'm gonna do the marketing because it's my job to make sure I have summit attendees and you as a vendor are putting your money in for that table, but I'm gonna market my event and I'm gonna make sure that you have people present. But in some other cases, they're not going to market for you. They're like, hey, for us, we market for our vendors. That's why we give them the stage, we give them the platform. Everybody is not gonna do that. Everybody can't do that, right? So at the end of the day, you need to know, will they market for you, or is it gonna be 100% my job to get people in the door? That's an important question to ask, and you need to know and understand that, because if you're investing $2,000 on a table, you may not have another $500 to put into marketing, running ads, getting people to sign up for your event. But do you have the time to do the free stuff, right? Do I have time to do the free stuff for marketing for this? Or do I need that event and that venue to supply the people? And if I can't market it myself and I need them to do it for me, like, hey, I'm just gonna show up, I need you to already have the people there. You need to understand that beforehand. So ask the organizers, hey, are you gonna put a flyer up that Camellia Alise is gonna be doing sculpting here? Is that okay? Is that a part of what I'm paying for? So ask the question. And then the last one that I wanted to go over, this is to me the single most important thing, okay? When you are trying to figure out, like, my marketing budget, is it worth it for me to do this event? What you need to ask yourself is, what am I trying to get out of this? Okay, what am I trying to get out of this? Okay, and I'm gonna list a couple things. Here's some of the reasons that I do vending events that I recommend that you physically do them, right? But depending on the event, it's for a different reason. The first one is to make money, right? I'm going to this event just to make money. Another event I might go to because I just want new leads. So for this event, I'm going to have a giveaway. I want y'all to drop your business card in here, sign up for this and that, so that I can just get new leads. I'm not really expecting to sell $100 worth of products, but if I get 200 new emails, hey, I did my part. Or is it brand awareness? I'm going to the number one uh, travel show in the world, and I'm going to be on stage. So yeah, brand awareness is all I care about. So I'm going to pay for a booth because of brand awareness. Okay, there's a lot of different reasons, but you have to figure out, why am I trying to get out? Like, what am I trying to get out of this? Now, if, let's say, I'm trying to make money, right? But this is an event that has never been done before. They can't tell me how many people are going to attend. I might not do that event because the whole reason I'm investing in it is to make money, but I might not make money at that event if I don't know anything about it, right? But if I'm only trying to get new leads and it's a new event and I already see them publicizing it, I see everybody talking about it, I see excitement around it, I might do that, right? It really and truly depends on you and what you are trying to get out of that event in that moment. So if you don't know what you're trying to get out of it, then you might not need to do it, right? A lot of people get upset because, oh, like I put, $200 into this event and I didn't make any money. Okay, but did you get leads? Did you get brand awareness? Or you were only there for money? Yeah, you might be upset about that too. But when you are spending money on events that require your time, your staff's time, it might require you to travel, it requires you to set up, it requires you to order extra supplies. These are some of the things that I recommend that you ask yourself first. Now, I will tell you once again, I started this conversation by saying you absolutely need to do events, you guys. You cannot expect that all you do is social media marketing, and you never go out there in the community, you never go to chamber events, you never do vending events, you don't do anything physical, you just do social media, and that's gonna be enough. It's not. Like, that's not gonna get you where you need to be, especially if you are service-based and you are locally service-based. The people in your area need to know that you exist. So you absolutely need to be spending some of your marketing budget on physical events, but you need to make sure that it's the right events for you. So really quickly, just to recap, and then I'll take any questions that you may have, okay? So, has the event been done before? If it has, you need to know the historical data, okay? Get that information because it'll help you make a better decision. Approximately how many people will be there? If it's new and it's never been done before, then you want to ask the organizers, like, how many tickets have you guys sold already? But if it's something that's been done for 2, 3, 4 years, okay, historically, how many people are there? Does it fit you? Is your target audience gonna be attending? And once again, I gave you guys some examples. If I sell erotic stuff, I'm not gonna go to a family convention, right? It's not where my target audience is, right? But if I sell sculpting services and it's a gym or fitness competition, that might be the right place for me. Okay. All right. ROI. Like, how much money am I expecting to get back for this? Is it worth it for me to make that investment? And that's the choice that we all have to make. Every time we do marketing, we are wanting a certain return on investment, but that doesn't mean that's what we're necessarily going to get. Can I afford to lose the $500 on this table? If I don't sell anything, or do I think I'm going to be able to make that $500? Okay. Can you speak at the event? Do you have the opportunity to get in front of that platform so that people get to see you, know you, hear you? And if you do, you definitely will see that people will flock to your table and you will start to make money. Floor plan, understanding where you are in relation to the other vendors, understanding, how much space you have to decorate for. Those things are extremely important. Will they market for you, or is it wholly on you to get people to your space? Because that makes a big difference. And then the last one, at the end of the day, every single event that you go to, are you trying to just make money at that event? Are you trying to get new leads, brand awareness or new connections. When I go to set up a booth at a chamber of commerce, I'm not doing it so that I can make money. I'm doing that to make connections, and I'm doing it so that the people in my local community know that I exist, right? But every physical thing that I do has a different purpose. You just need to know if it's worth it for you or not. All right? Any questions before I jump up out of here and then go finish up my Valentine's Day celebrations? Any questions? No? All right, y'all. I know everybody's like, you about 2-3 hours early. I know, but like I said, it's Valentine's Day. I'm trying to go have some fun with my husband too. All right, so that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that y'all got something out of this. If y'all have any questions, as far as, other things you might have questions on, some of y'all might be like, listen, I want to do this event. What do you think? Put it in the comments and we'll kind of give you feedback on it. But these are, to me, the 8 most important things you need to ask before you invest in physical events that take up your time, your space, and your money. All right? So happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Y'all have an amazing evening. And I'm wishing all of y'all a full book of people, massages, sculpting, all of that stuff. Right now, men trying to come up with gifts for their wives, girlfriends, side pieces, and everything else. So hopefully y'all are getting some of that in, because people spend a lot of money during this time of year. So y'all have an amazing evening. Y'all look at this stuff, ask these questions before you start spending your money on some of these events. I will talk to you guys soon. And like I said, for those of you guys who are on YouTube, I'm sorry I haven't been here in a couple weeks, but we've had some amazing guest interviews on Instagram. I will be posting those here. And the last thing that I have for you guys before I leave, today I actually just did a great live in our group, the Facebook group. I only do the information that I give them in that group, and what I did was break down the 5 top services for sculpting and how the money broke down for those 5 top things. So if y'all are not in the Body Sculpting Professionals group on Facebook, join us. We do Wealth Wednesday every week, and it's all about money and increasing your wealth in the spa and sculpting industry. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later. Have an amazing evening.
I couldn't get